Okay, how you doing? This is Tony Lasardi, and welcome to www.lasarditraining.com, and welcome into Lasardi's Health and Training Center back at the gym. What I'd like to do is just explain a little bit about kettlebell versus dumbbell training. The dumbbell training is a handheld item, very common in the gyms today, and in the past also. Very good, vast array of handheld weights that you would see at dumbbell racks right behind me here. Kettlebells are right here. Were introduced a while ago, probably before the dumbbell training era, which is Russian kettlebells, or originally called Russian kettlebells. And there are specific differences to two items here. In the dumbbell, the amount of weight, this is a 12-pound dumbbell, the amount of weight, or the majority of the weight, is through the handle and in the middle of that item. And when you place it in your hand, that weight is in your hand. In a kettlebell, the majority of the weight is distributed around the circumference of that ball. And just by holding it on top of the handle, places that weight away from your hand. And just in those few inches of differences makes a huge difference on how your shoulders, your arms, your hips, your legs are going to be used. In a swinging motion, the most common exercise you're doing with kettlebell training is a swinging motion. You're putting it out in front of you. If I were to use a dumbbell in that motion, that weight would be closer to my shoulder, which is really the point of movement in the body, okay? If I use a kettlebell, I'm placing that 25 pounds away from my hand, a little bit further than, say, I would use as a dumbbell. By just pushing it away from me those few inches, creates more torque on that fulcrum, or the pivot of movement for your shoulder. Thus, even though the weights may be the same, you're getting more work done because you're distally placing that weight away from the point of pivot, which is your shoulder. So by using a kettlebell in swinging motion, you'll be producing more work, more effort for the muscle to do, getting more out of it than, say, using a dumbbell for that movement. Now, I do prefer dumbbell movements. I do prefer dumbbell training in other forms of training, such as curls and pressing motions, and that's a great variety of unilateral movement versus bilateral movement on the bar. So I guess the bottom line is here, by combining dumbbell training with kettlebell training, you'll get your best bet. So welcome back to Lasardi Training, www.lasarditraining.com. And again, you're always welcome here at the gym at Lasardi's Health and Training Center at Rockaway, New Jersey. Take care.